And we are live on Facebook.
Awesome.
Hello to Spiritual Events Directory audience. Here we are, Wellness Conversations, the Woo Woo Show, brought to you by our wellness community. And look, Xavier, I've got what is it called again?
Triangle. You know the shape.
The triangle. I have these very blonde moments, Daniel. I'm blonde on the inside. So
That's
I thought,
right.
hang on, I'll It's all about love tonight. So we are welcoming any and all that's all about love, and we are clearing any and all that isn't about love.
Beautiful.
And we are welcoming in spirit guides and archangels, gods, goddesses, any and all up there that help us with love, help us find it, help us stay on track with it, help us grow better at it, are welcomed into this space.
Yay.
Awesome.
Woohoo! So optimistic Xzavia and Daniel are joining us tonight to talk about twin flames. Actually, you know, I wonder if they even heard that because I've got the earplugs on. Oh well, we'll soon see. We'll soon see. So we've got we're going to talk about twin flames. We're going to talk about soulmates. We're going to talk about self-love with Xzavia and Daniel. We might well, let's start off with to everybody out there watching that Xzavia and Daniel are very kindly going to do some readings throughout the show. They're going to tell us a little bit about their story and how they have reunited as twin flames in this lifetime. So, you know, if you start to, I thought, Xzavia, we might get everybody just to pick a number, okay? Pick a number and put that number in the comments. Now, if you are still here at the end of the show, we're going to get you to do some things throughout the show. And if you're still here at the end of the show, then those that have popped a number into the comments will get a little numerology love kind of guidance from me after the show. So, and if you want a complimentary reading from Xzavia and Daniel, then you're going to, we're going to ask you to do some things as the show unfolds. Okay, so stay tuned. So, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I think Daniel, Xzavia told you that you didn't have to worry about talking, that her and I would babble on.
We might let him talk.
You know, I'm easy.
You might get a word in edgeways. Well, let's start with your story. Should we start with what is twin flames, or should we start with how did the two of you as twin flames reunite in this lifetime?
Gosh, yeah. Which part first?
Big topic, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, because there's a lot of confusing information out there about twin flames and what they are. So I wanted to sort of explain about that, but we can start with telling a bit about how we met.
Sure.
Yeah, cool.
That'd be lovely.
Like I'm talking. We have our own stories. We both have been married. We both have 3 children with our previous partners. And yeah, I'm a strong believer that children choose their parents from my experience as well. And we've had a lot of lessons. We came together as couples with our other partners to have those beautiful children, but it didn't necessarily mean we were supposed to be with that partner for all of our lives. And we both got to points in our relationships where we thought we were settling, we weren't completely happy in our marriages, and we wanted more. So yeah, we just happened to realize that at different stages in our lives.
Yeah. And I think for me, it started when I was about 15. And that's when I first, because I was being the type of person that I think deeply.
Yes, you're a deep thinker. Yes.
Deep thinker and think, and when I was 15, I thought about my future partner, and I was wondering where she is, who she is, and I always wanted to have someone in a deeper level.
Yes.
Of kind of relationship. And I grew up in a religious environment where family was always spoken of and was in importance. So that's how I started thinking about who this person would be.
And
a long time.
Yeah. And in that reflection, Daniel, I know that Xavier did you in your reflection, did you kind of think about some of the qualities, some of the characteristics? Did you think about, what sort of personality this person would be? And did Xavier tick all those boxes?
Uh, she did, absolutely did. But I went through a few relationships before I got to that stage.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until after I had left my marriage that I started thinking about what I wanted in terms of values, and that I wanted to connect in all aspects of a relationship, not just the physical sense.
Yes, I
That was very
agree.
important for me.
Fantastic, because I know that Xavier, you did that, you also sort of thought a little bit more deeply about it. And we do, growing up, it's just a journey. There's lots of different things you learn along the way, and you learn through every connection with everybody,
Yeah.
And I know that that you put together that list, Xavier, and you thought, well, that actually kind of helped you to decide that you weren't where you wanted to be. And
Right.
then when Daniel came along, those boxes started to get ticked.
Literally, remember when we
Yeah.
first met and started talking just as friends, we just every now and then something will come up and one of us will say to the other one, tick.
Ah,
Because it's something off one of our lists. You just reminded me of
I
that.
love it. Well, before we go to see who's tuning in and who's actually participating, okay, so for everybody out there in Spiritual Events Directory land, we want you to be involved, we want you to be engaged, we want you to participate. It's only in getting involved that you can get something out of it. So I want you to join Xavier's community, and I want you to pop a number, any number between 1 and 100, pop into the comments. And then also pop a heart in there, because this is all about love, and we're also going to give something away a little bit further into the show. We'll come in a moment to see who's tuning in and who's actually engaging. But before we do that, Daniel and Xzavia, what is the difference then between twin flame and soulmates? I mean, could you two be soulmates rather than twin flame?
We could, yes, but we just happen to know that we're twin flames. It's a really tricky. Over the years I had read things about twin flames, and it was a bit of a fad or a fashion, I think, for a while. So many people getting misinformation, because we just looked up today as well, just out of curiosity, to see what's floating around there now about twin flames. And there's so much conflicting stuff, and we already know a lot of the information. I intuitively can tell which websites I should click on and which I shouldn't, and things like that, to have a read. But there's a lot of confusion out there, so I wouldn't recommend really just Googling, because it's confusing and overwhelming, and you get just lots of misinformation. So a twin flame, all right, so our body couldn't physically contain our whole soul, because it'd be too much energy for it. So only part of your soul actually enters into your body. So that's a bit woo-woo for the woo-woo show, but you'll understand. And so we can also have some other lives going on different areas in the world or another planet, things like that. And part of us can be up there, and that's our higher self communicating with us. With a twin flame, that's another part of the same soul. So when you meet each other, it's like meeting yourself, except you're still whole and complete in your body. It's not like sometimes you see the term that it's the other half of you and you're not complete until they're there, or I don't agree with that. It's more, you are complete. It's not until you find yourself and you're completely happy with yourself that you would find your twin flame or twin soul. We actually discovered recently the calling a divine flame, which we like even more, because so it doesn't get confusing about the twin thing, thinking you're half of a person, because you're not. You're still a full person. So that's part of the actual same soul. Whereas a soulmate, they're part of your soul family and people that you've had many lives with before. You can also have many lives with your twin flame, because the whole point is you keep meeting each other, or maybe just missing each other, or having acquaintances or relationships in other lives, until you finally can be properly together as a couple, or really close friends. But soulmates are people that are there to teach you lessons. They can be lovers, brothers, sisters, best friends, and they're there to teach you things. And you might be someone you can have really great, wonderful connections with them, and you recognize them on a soul level when you meet them. Everyone's got that moment. Everyone could relate, and I love to comment and let you know if there's someone you've met, whether it's a friend or a family member or a partner, that when you met, it was like, wow, I feel like I've known you all my life. Everyone's got something like that, because there's no way you'd go through life without meeting one of your soulmates, because they're there to teach each other something. And so even if that relationship doesn't work out in future, you were supposed to get together in the first place, whether it's to have children or learn something, because that's part of your lessons. And if you didn't have that first spark when you met, that recognition from another life, then you wouldn't have maybe hooked up in the first place. So that's why you have that soul recognition. It needs to be someone you've been with before, so you just feel like you've known them, so you do get together.
Yeah. Okay. And you
yeah.
don't, and so in your previous relationships, it was a different kind of recognition with those individuals, the partners that you've already had. Yeah. A different kind of recognition.
Yeah. You know how, like, I remember as a teenager thinking you were totally in love, head over heels with someone, and then you meet the next partner and you think, I can't believe I thought that was love.
Yes.
So it's not progress. And that's sort of happened to me every time, although this time I don't, if anything was stronger than this one, I think I'd float away like it's not possible.
Wow. Well, that is absolutely awesome. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the comments, and you know, just the last couple of wow, thank you, Tammy. I understand now. My partner and I, our paths have always crossed since I was 2 years old.
Oh wow, that's a good
wow. Real. Okay, so we've got some lovely people tuning in. Kate and Antoinette, Vanessa, awesome, lots of hearts. Tammy, Miranda, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so Sammy, I would love a love reading, please, and thank you. So the last couple of weeks, I haven't been able to see all of the comments. So you know,
me too.
Exactly. So you might be able to see. Beautiful. You might be able to see ones that I missed. So you know, we've got a couple of things going on. Xzavia and Daniel can do a reading for those that you are drawn to, or I can call some out as well. But also, as the show unfolds, if you are here at different particular intervals throughout the show, you'll also get another little reading after. Everyone that puts a heart, that's here at the end of the show and puts a heart, will get some numerology, some love guidance through the numbers, because I'm a leading expert in numerology. And you'll also get, I can do some compatibility readings as well. And again, you need to be here at the end to get that. And you certainly need to be joining Xzavia's community. I've got the link to Xzavia's community in the post. So, okay, well, who do you want to read for first?
Ooh,
and it's lovely to have some male energy. This
Yeah.
is you're right, Daniel. You're our first. You are absolutely our first boy, man.
Oh, I feel honoured. Thank you so much. But I'm definitely in touch with my feminine side as
you
well.
Are.
So.
You are. Well, there you go. It's perfect, because I've certainly got some of the masculine as well.
Awesome.
Excellent.
You've got to, on the journey towards wholeness. I love Carl Jung, and he says on the journey towards wholeness, you've got to meet, accept, and integrate all parts of yourself. So as you were saying before, Xzavia, that we do need to be whole beings, you know, before we can connect with each other in a positive, effective, beautiful way. We have to working out our shit through each other. But if we don't work out our shit within ourselves either, you know, that's not good either. So so we do need to bring that masculine and feminine together, don't we?
That's right. I think that's a problem with a lot of men today, is that they're very scared about showing their emotion.
Yeah.
In public, or, you know, just to other males, you know, because it's seen as it's not, you know, you're not being tough, you know.
Yes, I agree. And it's such a, to me, you know, as a woman, there's such a, you know, I find it really hot to see. I find that really hot to see vulnerability, to express at that level. I don't see that as a weakness at all. I see that as, you know, really very sexy.
Most women do, but men just don't get that.
Yeah, they don't get it. They don't get it.
I can't put them.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look. Beautiful. Oh, Kate, 59. That's excellent. Miranda, hello. Tammy, 27. Ladies, you rock. So now let's have a look. Who do you have? Do you have anyone that you're drawn to on your end there? Or are you happy for me to? Beautiful.
There was a Kate as well that you just said, Kate, and I was just looking at Kate. Yeah, Kate.
Yeah, great. Okay, well, we're going to do one for Kate. So I'm going to start writing down some names as well. Let's see.
She'd love some guidance to a man that she feels deeply for. Maybe Kate can give me, oh no, it doesn't matter. I don't need an initial or anything. I can see them already.
Excellent. Right. Kate, I'll write down some other names as well. Excellent, Shelley.
Yeah, it's very important. Not just so in twin flames as well. One will embody divine masculine and the other half will embody divine feminine. And it doesn't matter what sex you are. So you can be gay as well, and one will be more masculine, feminine energy. You can even be best friends. You don't have to be lovers either. I do know my mentor has a twin flame that is her best friend. And so you don't be having an intimate relationship either. They just know. Yeah. So I'm going to have a G for Kate.
Yes.
I'm just thinking of the man that she feels deeply for, the energy of this person that she's thinking about when she asked the question.
Excellent.
I'm just going to pull one card to see what they can tell. Okay, sorry. I was going to pull one, but I'm being told two. So one card about the energy of him as a person, and then another one as the energy around them two as a potential couple, I'm going to say, because I'm not sure if it's even possible. Well, everything's possible, but maybe one's in a relationship already or something. So I'm just having a look around what's going on with them, the two of them as well. So one for him and one for the two of them.
Wonderful.
For Kate. Wonderful. Okay, so for him as a person, I've got the daughter value card. So if I was asking about business or something like that, it'd be very, you can hold it up. It would be very good for business or something, but shows me as a person, takes a lot of value in his life. Maybe he's good with money too. He's just yeah. He has a good like self-esteem I'm getting, and values. That's what the daughter values life and things like that. He's got a good energy, so that's really nice. He's a good person, so I approve. And then this card is beautiful. It's a beautiful card, Angel of Love. So this actually shows about a potential upcoming relationship as well. There's also talking about love for yourself and the work to do with your own self-love. So if you wanted this to come into fruition, just do a bit of soul searching of what you need to release for yourself as well. So that might be something you want to look into another reading with us or somebody else. Yeah, or just do a bit of searching of what is it that you need to heal within you to make sure you're in the perfect place to welcome that relationship in, because it just feels like you've got a couple of steps that you need to work on to bring that energy in.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right, how awesome. We've got about 25 beautiful souls watching us live. So there's a number of people that are after a little love, but reading. I certainly know for me that it was the same for me. Look, I actually, yeah, I don't know about the, I've got quite the story in love. It's a beautiful story. I've got to put that story into a book. But I certainly know that I learned something about me from every relationship. I grew better, you know, every single time. And by the time I got to, you know, the buggerlugs that I've manifested now, I certainly did. Hates me saying that.
Love it.
I certainly did the listing, as you said, Daniel. I really thought quite deeply about it, and I thought about it had nothing to do with how he would look, you know. Whereas when you're younger, it's very much about you know, the visual and the appearance, but it was all about you know, characteristics and values. And so I'd be suggesting this to you know, everyone in the audience. It's really important to know what you don't want. Know what you do, know what you do want in terms of attributes and qualities, and you know, how would he enhance my life. I thought about the things that he would be good at that I wasn't, and the ways in which I wanted to grow.
I have to say that just made me giggle, because Daniel on his list had one attribute that was physical that he wanted.
Was it big boobs?
No, he didn't get that. You should have put that on the list. Sorry, babe. He wanted me to be taller.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yes, he wanted me to be. I'm only like this much taller, but a lot of guys get intimidated about.
I was going to say that's really unusual, isn't it?
So that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
That's of a man not being intimidated by a strong, powerful woman, especially being taller. Past relationship, if I put on heels, it would make me taller than my partner, and he didn't like that. He'd get insecure. It's quite
exactly.
if I put on heels, he loves looking up to me, and that's a really different energy, and it's really
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's really great, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can imagine. Okay, so we've got 29 beautiful souls watching live. Now, what we want you to do is join Optimistic Xavier's community. We want you to pop a number, any number between 1 and 100 into the comments, and after the show, I'll come back as a numerologist and give some love guidance here and there. And if you pop a heart into the comments, and by the end of the show, if you're still here, there'll be some compatibility, relationship compatibility reports that we can give away. So we've got Tammy. Now, Tammy, let's see if Tammy, did you see the Tammy there? Wow, thank you. I understand now. She's the one with her partner. My partner and I have paths have always crossed since I was 2 years old. Now, did she ask a question? Oh, that's lovely. Jody Smith just joined and finds the conversation fascinating. Now, Jody, do I have you down? I'll put you down for a reading in a minute.
If you've got any about twin flames or soulmates or anything like that, please ask, even if it's not for a reading, out of just curiosity, because we're happy to answer any questions about how it all works. And
right, wonderful. Okay, now I can't find Tammy. Did you ask a question? I know Samantha did. Oh God, I've lost my place with all the readings. There's too many comments now. Samantha said she'd love a reading. She hasn't actually given me a question. You might be able to see one in your.
Well, we're doing all love readings, so we'll just have to have a look at.
Yeah, it's about love, but she just.
I'd like to know if she's in one or not.
Samantha. Now, Samantha, are you in a relationship at the moment? Ah, beautiful.
Have a look. Good.
See, good. You can see it straight away on that end.
Yes,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's now I've got, so we're doing one for Samantha. Tammy, if you can let us know if you want a reading, what's your question? Yeah, I've got Tammy Holmes on here. I've got Miranda, Vanessa, Antonietta, or Antoinetta and Jody. Okay, you go.
All right, just cover Samantha. In the relationship she's in, just to see. I'm going to being shown, is there anything they need to work on, actually?
Beautiful.
Ooh. Cards are flicking out everywhere. We'll try not to be all cutesy and make people go.
Yes, make us all jealous.
Okay. Okay. So, what a card for Samantha. Oh, will you end up together? Right. Well, that just added to help me with the answer, actually. I pulled a card for what you need to work on. And I would say there's honesty in the relationship needs working on, because I actually got the deceit card come up. So that's just a bit of a warning that there might be something behind the scenes that one of you aren't, or both of you aren't being completely honest about. So it's come up as it's a bit of a creepy looking dude, but that's just something. It's not to panic. It's just usually there's just something you just need to be a bit more open, maybe, and sharing, because you asked if you end up together. So like, as in, I don't know, get married and forever happily ever after kind of thing. I'm assuming that's what you mean by that. So I would say, just working on showing all your cards. They just showed me doing this. Lay it all on the table, because if there's anything you haven't brought up or you're hiding from each other, it's going to come out in a negative way later. So just put it all out on the table. There's just some things you aren't, something you're not showing each other. So it could be just about your past or something like that. You feel like you need to hide it, but it's not going to end well, is what I'm showing me, if you don't be honest. So just,
I love it. Well, she did say, did you see that comment about communication?
No. Communication. Yeah, well, sure. Yeah, so communication. Yeah, so just being open and honest and having more conversations and bringing everything out, getting everything out in the open, clean slate to move forward. Yeah, that's
excellent. I love it. Now, Sammy Holmes. There's another Samantha, but Sammy. Sammy's question is: will I ever wear a wedding dress?
No, that's a nice way of saying.
That is nice. And I've still got Miranda and Vanessa, Antoinetta and Jody, and we'll see how we go, ladies.
All right, so yes, no questions aren't the best for this deck, so I'm going to reword it the way I'm being shown by Spirit to reword it about the wedding. So what steps does she need to take to help her towards getting married? If that's what she's meant to be doing, I have to add in there, because just because if you might think that's exactly what you want and that's going to be the be all and end all what makes you happy, the universe might have other ideas. So I'm just asking for steps in relationship. If this is the right path for you, and then for one day for you to get married, what I've asked you, want me to do 2 steps for her to work on.
Yeah, and she is seeing somebody. So she is seeing somebody, and will she? Beautiful.
I saw that. It's like, when will he pop the question? Come on. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it from her.
And Gail, just as you're doing that, Xzavia and Daniel, Gail's asking, I feel me and my mum had a twin flame because we were so close until she passed. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can be, like we said earlier, you can be a mother, daughter, father, son, friend, relationship, and be a twin flame, I suppose. Yeah.
And is that so the only way, is that one of the ways in which you would recognize that you are unusually close to this person, that you feel you're just connected? Is a twin flame just someone with whom you have more in common with, or you just connect? Do you know?
Usually
in sync?
Not in common. It might be opposites, like in so many ways. But we have had many past lives together, and one time he was my mother. We've been siblings another time, so it hasn't always been romantic relationships. But they're all lessons in coming together as twin flames in one of the lives. Like, we just happened to be in our final one where we finally did come together in that kind of relationship, where we work together and grow. A nice way to explain it, we actually had someone do a reading for us, which is wonderful. We're whole flames ourselves, but then coming together, it's like 5 times the size. So we're stronger, our abilities have grown more. Everything about us is just different, and we've evolved, in a different way. And our energy, just us 2 being together here now, you're all getting healing. So even if you missed out on a reading tonight, you're getting healing from us now because we're together, and that's just how twin flame energy works. So people would have felt shinier around that lovely lady and her mother when they were together because of their energy together.
Beautiful.
So back to Sammy, what steps does she need to take to help her get to that point, maybe if she were to get married, for that to progress? So first thing to do is to release hostility. So she's probably been waiting for a long time, I'm feeling like, to be asked, or for the wedding to actually happen if it's been postponed and all that kind of stuff. So there's hostilities around it, like a bit of whether it's internally or outside. There's just needs to release them, let it go. Focus on what she's grateful for and what is working in the relationship, rather than what you don't have, that next bit. Because focusing on the positive in it will help attract the good things instead of just wanting. And the next part is release anxiety and worry about when, like, it's not feeling like it's a be all and an end all. Like, focus on what works. Having your dates and the romance and all the wonderful things. It's the whole reason you want to get married in the first place. So that's what they're asking to do, because if you focus on what you lack or what you don't have, you attract more lack, or you'll put it further away. You should go around in your head, I'm getting married. I am married. Even bring it even more
exactly.
In the life to manifest.
Definitely. And I love how you said that just in being in this spot, that our audience will be getting that beautiful healing energy from the 2 of you. And also, even if you don't get if you're not picked for a personal reading, if you're in this space, then every reading is for you.
Everything. Get something. Definitely. That happens all the time. I do events sometimes, and I'll do readings, and then everybody gets something from everybody else's readings still.
Exactly. Now, Tammy actually also wonders about marriage. So we're attracting all of the, it's all about love tonight. And, we're getting all of the, when will I get married? So let's have a look at what comes up for Tammy.
When will I get married?
And then, if they want to take this further, if our audience do want a one-on-one with the 2 of you, how does that sort of work, Xzavia? Is it, would it be via Zoom?
At the moment, unfortunately, no. But we have specifically a twin flame booking that you can do with both of us, which is the only thing we do at the moment together. Otherwise, you can do separate healings with just me. But together, it's beautiful because then you're getting our energy. We channel and send you healing together. We pick up on what you need to do to work on yourself. We can ask questions like if you're in a twin flame relationship or soulmate, or, you know, we do plenty of readings for people who might be in a relationship and they're not sure if someone else they're thinking about constantly is the right person. So we check all that stuff and send healing and help you with chakra balance and make sure you're in the right place to attract the perfect partner for you. So that's $160 for 1 hour. I think it's $230. Was it $230? For an hour and a half?
Yes.
For an hour and a half, so it's double, because usually an hour with me is $120, so an extra $40 you get both of us, so it's double, just that extra little bit. So it's beautiful.
Fantastic. And of course, you also do the past lives. We had you on a little whiles back with the past life stuff as well. So I guess even if they came to you for a past life reading, that you know, you'd also be able to take them on that journey. If there was someone at the moment, you'd be able to tap into, you know, who is that person and what that person is meant to be in this lifetime for them.
That would just be the one with me, so just a different info.
Yes.
We help couples and stuff as well. Helping lots of men evolve as well, which is great. They like Daniel's energy too, so it's not talking to the women all the time as well.
Fantastic. That is awesome. Okay, so we're reading for Tammy, who also wonders, when will I get married?
So she's in a relationship to
Tammy.
I am going to do a bit of a...
Oh, did we do one for Tammy? Tammy was the partners have crossed since she was 2.
Oh, no, we hadn't. She didn't have a question yet. She was just talking about that. So, yes, we need to do one for Tammy.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So they actually get married. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do like, 3, 6, so 3, 6. Have you already booked it in? 9. Ooh. Okay, so I did like a card for 3 months, 6 months.
I'm just going to interrupt you there, darling, because on every now and then, well, not every now and then, often on here we get trolls. We get people that kind of, do that jumping in. And there is a person I'm just noticing who's jumping in. So her it's Asha, replying to everybody saying, come to me for a reading. So that's really inappropriate. If someone can... I think Trisha's watching. If anyone from the team is watching, to block that person, that's really inappropriate. You shouldn't be on our live in our session doing that. I can't actually block. I'm too busy here. But Jody North, Sam, Sam just said yes, another spammer.
That's all right. So
it's such a shame. We'll have to do. Let's do our little any and all negative energy. Going, gone.
Sending them some healing energy too, because if someone's doing that, they must be really needing money or something like that. So I send them love to hope that they do it in a more productive as well and a more honest way.
Well, we've had it, we've never had it on our show. So this must be a testament to how popular the two of you are, because we've actually...
Yes, let's go with that.
We'll go with that, because we've never had spammers. So I guess thank you for the spammers. It shows that, this is an awesome space. All right, let's do it.
No paparazzi.
No photo.
Exactly, Daniel.
Right, so Tammy,
Tammy,
getting married, So I looked at 3 months and it said there's still some like attachment issues and things you're stuck holding you back, and that could be just because we're in lockdown or something. It could be something like that. So it's feeling stuck, like you can't move forward. That's within 3 months. But then within 6 months and 9 months, it looks way more positive and shiny. Within 6 months, we've got the cornucopia card. That's just abundance and wonderful, fruitful goodness. That's gorgeous. And then the next card after that, within another 3 months after, is the door to romance.
Oh, I love it.
That's beautiful. So that feels like you'll be at least planning it within 6 months, 3 to 6 months, and going ahead. That feels like all systems go. So
that's a great card. I love that card.
Of course, everybody has free will. So that's the energy right now. It can change. You have free will, and so does your partner. So I have to throw that in there, because things change like every day. It's really hard to do this kind of stuff, but you can just stay high vibrational and loving. And if that's what you really want, ask the universe to show you how to bring that into fruition, and to manifest it to happen. If that's what you want, like take the steps yourself to bring in the positive energy to make sure it does happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I've still got on the list. I've got Miranda, I've got Vanessa, I've got Antonietta, I've got Jody. So I'm just going to have a look to see if there's any questions for that. So again, audience, pop a heart into the comments, pop a number into the comments, and you know, after the session, we'll come by and we'll just you know, go to where we're drawn and offer some additional. I always like to try and get to as many of you as we can, and those that are here at the end will be those that will qualify for the relationship compatibility report, numerology style. And yeah, so it's wonderful. All the ladies are on board with the spamming, and they're all reporting him and her, him slash her, I don't know who it is. So that's good.
Yes.
Okay, now let's have a look. Sammy said, thank you. I've got Miranda, Vanessa, and Tonietta. Let me see, Miranda.
But I think it's Roshita. Maybe is that how you spell it? Pronounce it. It's jumping out at me, so I'd like to do that one next.
Okay, you go for it.
So reading and guidance around what she needs to do to work on her twin flame relationship.
Yes, beautiful. Oh, well, I would love it. Yeah, love a twin flame reading. Beautiful.
One thing I wanted to share with your viewers, Michelle, is that with twin flame relationship, what people need to understand is that it's about, when we're here together, it's about serving the world, and bringing the energy from source to people to help them in their development. And it's not something about ego or, you know, I'm better than everybody else or anything like that. It's about, we all have our mission to play here on earth, and it's about doing that job and doing it with love.
Yes,
that's a great point. Yeah, exactly. It's not, we all want, you know, in today's society, it's all about that quick, it's instant gratification and that quick fix, and I want to live happily ever after, you know. Well, yeah, life isn't like that. And as you said, I believe that wholeheartedly. We're all here to do something for the world, not the world for us. But I mean, we need to obviously, we all have needs and wants and desires, but honestly, it is about what we can give.
That's right. It's about raising the vibration of this earth.
And it doesn't matter, like there's not everyone has a twin flame either. I need to add that on there, but it doesn't matter. There's only a certain amount of them, right? But it doesn't matter, because that's our mission in this life, is we're supposed to find each other and grow together and help with the planetary healing and all that kind of stuff, and help wake people up. But other people will have different missions and different reasons.
Everybody, exactly.
It doesn't matter if you're not a twin flame. It doesn't mean you're not going to have amazing relationships. It just might be on a different level, but doesn't mean it won't be wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for Rashita,
Rashita,
her card for her, what she needs to work on to help her bring in her twin flame. So I'll just hold it up. It's some heart healing, some wounds from the past, it feels like. It's a broken heart card, so it doesn't mean, you might not necessarily feel like you have a broken heart now, but it might be past. Yeah, it feels like past relationships. Just doing some work on that, self-love. And when you heal, that's like the heart chakra and the higher heart they're showing me. So it's just some things not completely healed, that's all. So when they're healed, it will help the relationship. So whether you're in one already and you know who your twin flame is, or if you connect with them, because you can connect with a twin flame like in the spiritual plane, even if they're in a body somewhere. If you're not together, it's okay. You can still work on your relationship and bring them in. That's how I brought in Daniel. We had a lot of meditation conversations before I met him in the physical for a few years before he came. So yeah, she just has some work on herself to do, and needs to work. She'll know what that is. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, she said this feels right to me right now. I do need to heal.
Yep. And when you're completing yourself is when you're bringing your twin flame, and so Daniel was healing from a hurt from a past relationship that he had in between his wife and myself. And when I met him, I was actually helping him with that process. So we grew together. So that was it. But usually I had found myself and completely loved myself, and which is why I found him at the time. So that was my right time to meet him.
Yeah. I've got Oz. Oz said,
Yes,
hi,
hi.
Xzavia and Daniel. Great to see you
A
both.
triple friend of ours, Mama.
How lovely. And Amanda's, no, not Amanda. Now, who was asking the question about a friend, saying that, and we did talk about that before, Kerry. I do not have a boyfriend or partner. Can a girlfriend be of twin flame? We did talk about that before, didn't we? And you said that, you know, a twin flame could be mother, daughter, son, friend.
Just means that you might in your next life come together again, but as lovers, which is kind of weird to think about. But you can say, hey, next life, it's on.
I
Yeah.
love it. Okay, so now I had some names down at the beginning. See if you can see this anywhere. But if Miranda or Vanessa, Antoinetta or Antonietta, Jody, if you're still watching, then you know, put a heart in the comments or pop a question if you still want Xzavia and Daniel to see what they can come up with. Otherwise, who do you want to read for next there?
Emmys. I'm trying to get through the trying to scroll back up to those names, see if I can
see who stands out to you. So we want you to join Xzavia's community. I've popped the link to Xzavia's community in this post. So go there, click on that, and join her community. And
Yes.
And I also want you to, if you put a number in there, then you'll get a reading afterwards, and also keep the comments going. We want to, you know, we want this to reach far and wide, because it's very important. You know, I mean, it's a bit of a cliche, but love really does make the world go round. It's a huge topic, and I heard this on a book that I was listening to, Flames That Light Up the Heart, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, such a great book, and I loved how he said that the paradox is that each of us must learn how to stand on our own.
That's
but
right.
but we can't do it alone. You know, we need each other. So we have to be, you know, we do have to take care of our individual selves. But, you know, none of us could survive this lifetime. It takes someone to bring us in,
Right.
and we need each other.
Yes. I thought I was really strong. Like I had found myself and learned what I definitely didn't want in a relationship, what I wanted. But then being with Daniel, it's like made me feel safe and brave, and I've come out of my shell even more. Yeah. And then that helped my business grow and everything grow, because I was like looked up to rather
Isn't
than.
that amazing? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's about, and then you were saying, you know, about self-love, that, you know, finding it from the outside in is absolutely amazing, and who doesn't want that, because it can really lift you up. But at the same time, if you have that love for yourself on that inner level too.
That's right.
Yeah. So what do you think about self-love, Daniel? Where does that fit in?
Absolutely, it's important to love yourself first, and that's something that I learned the hard way, for sure.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I had, you know, done that first that I met Xzavia, and she helped me with healing my heart from one of my previous relationships.
Yeah, wow.
That was very important, and that was something that I was doing to fix myself, and from the inside out.
Yeah.
So it was challenging, but I could see, because I knew we were twin flames, and as well, yeah, that was, you know, hard, because I mean, there I am in a relationship with somebody I've just left my marriage for, and healing from that, and helping him still grieve about the relationship he had that he was dealing with before me. But we got through that and did really well, and very proud of each other for. We're still here with it, and I'm just that draws me to a question that Katie had. Do you find a twin flame relationship can be very triggering, as they are a mirror for your good and bad stuff? So that makes me think about that. Twin flame stuff's not easy.
No, it's very intense.
Very, very intense.
Yes, great. I'm glad you've said that. I was going to say, actually, does that mean that it's happily ever after, that there's never a quarrel? No. There's never a, you know, what the moment?
Great sex because of the twin flame thing. Yeah, it's definitely triggering, because you are mirrors of each other. We're like,
just magnifies everything.
Yeah, everything's accelerated and intense and fast. Like there's no slow. And yeah, we trigger each other's stuff and bring it up what needs to be healed. And what I love about one of the many things I love about Daniel, and it's just an awakened man in general. This is what it's like to have with a shiny partner that's male, which is just, or that male energy, I should say as well, is that when I've pulled him up on things that I see that he can improve on and do better, instead of getting egotistical about it, he'd brew on it for a bit and think about it and come back to me and say, that's really good advice, I'm going to work on that. And I'm just, I'm still not used to that he actually wants to take it on board and learn and grow, which is amazing. Yeah. And he triggers me and brings stuff out of me and makes me question things as well. And we just keep growing together, but it gets intense. We've had fights. I've even slammed a door like a little kid, and I've never done that before. Ever. So we bring it out and we do, but we're like, it's like yin yang, you know how it's like black, white,
absolutely
balance, but the same in so many ways as well. But one, his strength is my weakness and vice versa, which you can have in soulmate relationships too, but this is like amplified 10 kind of version of it, which is very interesting.
Yeah, and I think that's important for a man in a relationship to be humble enough to listen to advice from their partner, and to recognize and realize and accept when they're wrong and they've done something wrong or said something wrong, rather than going into the silent treatment. And I think it's very difficult in different cultures where the man is seen as, he's the one that's right all the time, you do what I say. But I love the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yes.
Where the man says, "Oh, I'm the head of the family," and the wife says, "Yeah, but I'm the neck." That turns.
Yes.
I love it.
So I think that if men were more like that, a lot of relationships would be more loving, more valued,
more cooperation.
Absolutely, yeah, and to see each other as equal rather than I'm better than you
exactly.
because or you know.
Yeah. Yes. And even if it's not a male-female relationship, one's like, if the one is more that dominating energy, just as always balance, it's yin yang, with balance in energy within ourselves and in the relationship as well.
And I think as well, it's I think it'd be nice for a man in a relationship to want to lift their partner up and see them progress and what's the word?
Empower.
Be empowered and see them
not
grow.
Intimidated by
see them grow and like almost like a bird, and spread your wings and fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they're meant to be with you, they'll come back. They're not gonna, But I think men feel like, you're mine now. You're gonna stay in the house. You're not going anywhere. Who you talking to? Why are you looking like that? So
Yeah, you just reminded me. I was watching something the other night, and I don't even know what it was now. And he said, "Yes, I did think that. I did think that when we got married, that I could have sex whenever I wanted
with yourself."
And I thought, oh, shame. He must have. What a real shock he would have gotten. I can't remember what it was now, and I thought, oh, isn't that interesting that he would have thought that. Kerry, my friend and I are spiritually connected. She is like a sister. Okay, so now, I did have some names down there at the beginning, but we haven't heard from any of you. Did we do one for Kerry? Did we do a reading for Kerry? Did you want a reading, Kerry? Jody, I did have Jody down, and Jody is still watching. So Jody says when she's got a question there about children. It is about love. Do you?
Okay, that's still love.
Beautiful. I mean, love, loving our children. That's another big one, isn't it? That's a big love. I must say that, I mean, my son, he's a beautiful human. And I must say, and you probably have felt this with your children, that, that moment when they're born, I mean, when they're babies, it's an unbelievable love, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable. I mean, later on, you might not like them so much. They go through all sorts of phases. But that baby, I mean, oh, my God, I just adored him, adored.
Yeah, nowadays, they're better when they're sleeping.
I've been through those days.
Yeah, great when they're sleeping. Yes.
I love it. Okay, this one's for you, Jody.
I'll let Jordan come back to me. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards about this, what needs to happen, what she needs to do, because you can't really control everything else. So what is in her control to do, because that thing makes me think about worrying about or wondering, like when there's so many different things in place, what can you do yourself? And that could be nothing, just chill. So we're just going to have a look at 2 steps. What can you do? Because the cards aren't really good at predicting like months and stuff because things change so much. So what can she do to help?
Excellent. And Miranda, I hear you, and we'll do one for Miranda afterwards. She's still watching.
Yeah. I saw a comment there. I'm still here.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, I hate that this card triggers me all the time when it's a question about when will something happen, and she got that card.
And I'll just clarify, this is for Jody North. Jody Smith, it's for Jody North.
Yes.
Jody North.
Yes, it's the right one. Yes, it's the one we're doing for children. So the 2 steps she needs to take to help bring the children back to her, if that's what's meant to happen. The first card is the deceit card we had before. So this card is this one feels like to do within herself. So there's some like not being completely honest with herself about maybe the situation. There's something, and I'm sorry if that triggers something or upsets you in some way, but there's obviously you need to hear this. So something you're not being quite upfront about yourself, maybe it's something that's not realistic, or something that's happened that needs to clear from the past, that needs to come up and shift. So just recognizing what that is and being really honest with yourself about what you want, how things are going to work, what you need to heal from the past is what's getting shown to me. And then the second card was patience, which always, that's just like, oh, really, you have to be patient. I'm sure you've been extra patient, but it's just to let things come. I'm really focused on the clock in the middle of that card. But there's a beautiful angel there, and you're being supported, and what's happening is always happening for a reason. And time
heals.
Time heals, and time it's just part of the story, unfortunately. And it's very hard, I can imagine. So it's just, you just got to keep waiting, but it'll unveil when it's supposed to. Divine timing, as the saying goes. But there's something you need to heal and shift, and it will help speed up the process, definitely, that you need to be honest with yourself about. I'm not exactly sure what that is. It's something for you to do some soul searching about.
And also, as you were talking there, I know when you and I have spoken about this before, Xzavia, that, there's so much you can do on a physical level. I always think that you do as much as you can on each level. We are physical, mental, emotional, spiritual beings. But if you have done the practical stuff and you've done the mindset stuff, okay, and you're managing your emotions, then, you can go to the spiritual stuff. When you start to develop spiritually, then you understand it's all about energy. And, growing up, when I would have an argument or a fight or some kind of unease with my son's father, I wouldn't waste words on that. I would actually imagine that. I would think about that. I would imagine us getting along in the room, because he was actually very sensitive. He was actually really in touch spiritually and with his femininity. And I would do that. And honestly, the next email or conversation would be absolutely smooth as. So, and you've done that too.
If they're spiritually connected too. It's a bit trickier if they're not. You just got to keep going and try.
Keep going, keep doing it. Well, actually, so imagine your children, imagine them with you, as you said before about love, instead of when will I get married? I'm married. I'm married to the love of my life, and it's unbelievable.
Not lying.
So before we go, we're going to do Miranda, and then we'll now Miranda, did you have a question for us?
We'll just go.
I think she has a question.
See if she wants to quickly chuck one in there. Going to be about
awesome. And so, thanks for watching to my Spiritual Events Directory audience. Thank you for watching. You're going to join Optimistic Xzavia's page, join her community, so that you can, be up to date with everything that's available. And if you want a twin flame reading, a personal one with Xzavia and Daniel, it's filled with it's one-on-one, and you guys do a whole bunch of things. You're both sort of channeling in that session.
Yes, channeling. I usually do most of the talking anyway. Daniel's newer to all this, but he does channel, and he's very insightful, and he would explain whatever he sees, but holding space for you at the same time and doing healing. So Yeah, just while we're focusing on seeing if Miranda is still there and she wants to ask a specific question about love, just want to both of us close our eyes and just tune in for just a few seconds and send you all specific energy healing to help you guys release anything you don't need, any blocks you have to love, whether you're in a relationship or not. Oh, yep. And then help you to recognize what you need, what needs healing within yourself to help bring in the perfect partner for you, or to make the relationship you're in even more perfect. Beautiful.
Wow, awesome.
Ooh, beautiful. Goosebumps. Awesome. Okay.
No question.
Yeah, she must have disappeared. Okay, I just want to check this person at the bottom then.
That was
There's the other Jody.
yeah, the other
Wait, have
Jody.
a Jody
So
Smith.
Miranda said thank you. Now Miranda was really, I wonder if she had a question really early on in
Oh, there
this
she is.
session. Oh, there you go. I would like to have a
Ah,
reading
yeah.
about my hubby and
Ooh.
I. Is he my twin flame?
I'm back. Thank you, Oz. Mwah. She's sending love back.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So you want to know if your hubby is your twin flame. Awesome. All right. We're going to have a look. Don't be disappointed if he's not. You could have another one, or you might not have a twin flame. Like we said earlier, not everybody is one, but that really doesn't matter because you'll have other missions and reasons of why you're here. But let's have a look at Miranda's hubby to see if he is her twin flame. And I'll just tune in to see what we feel about that anyway. Okay, so I feel like he is a soulmate rather than twin flame. Yeah. And that, like, there might, because the card we got actually was hostilities. That means like you must be, maybe you're thinking he's your twin flame because of issues coming up at the moment between you or not, or like you're conflicting. Yeah, because it might be like part of the battle, but it doesn't actually feel like, I was tuning in that he's not a twin flame, but that's all right. Like I just explained, it doesn't matter if someone's not your twin flame, you can still have a meaningful relationship. And if it's a soulmate relationship, they're still there to help you grow and progress, and you're new to them, and you can have amazing, relationships. And we have more than one, so that can be other friends and stuff. It could be people in your past. It could be someone in your future. If your marriage isn't forever, it's okay either way. Yeah, so there's just some things you guys need to work on that's coming up to do with your relationship, and it might just be how you feel about yourselves. Like I feel like it's more about, yeah, him and you both need to do some work on yourselves as individuals to help come together more. That's what I'm picking up with that card. Yeah, so I don't feel like actually is your twin flame, but that's okay.
We've got, so Katie said, I'm really struggling with the twin flame relationship. It's either incredible or really toxic, which is what you were saying before, that there can be a lot of triggers.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Toxic, if it's toxic, toxic's not usually a twin flame thing, sorry to say. You might feel like it is, and there's a lot of, if you go looking up stuff on twin flames, it's quite confusing, but, and it's not just from our experience. If it's toxic, it'd be more like a soulmate relationship. Because it shouldn't be toxic. It can be arguments and triggering things, but toxic.
What do you think the difference is? I mean, that's a word that's sort of bandied about a lot now these days. What do you think?
Toxic could mean is something that makes you feel really bad about yourself and brings out the worst in you. So I would say it's the opposite of a twin flame. Like they trigger you and bring things out of you.
Challenge. Like, a twin flame will challenge you, but not disempower you, not make you feel bad about yourself.
Misexplained the word toxic as well, but I wouldn't. Yeah, if it's so, but yeah, there's often challenges and stuff in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually, sometimes I've heard things like there's always a runner in a twin flame relationship, or there's really big age gaps and things like that. There are all these specific rules, but yeah,
there's no template.
There's no template. Like if you look it up, there's templates.
Yeah.
I would not go by the template.
Yeah, that is the thing.
It really doesn't matter if someone's your twin flame, but it's usually one of you is more spiritual than the other and helps the other one grow. I would say, is something that I have noticed in patterns of relationships. And usually when you find each other, you're meant to be doing something for humanity and helping. One's not going to be a bricklayer and then I don't know, vet. Well, I don't know, vet's probably pretty shiny too. You're going to have something in the spiritual healing, health that you can, when you come together, you can help.
You'll both be, yeah, but you may not necessarily be already doing that, but
but might progress in that. Yes,
yeah, but that other person would have that desire.
The desire for it, the hobby of it, maybe, and then it grows.
Be aware of the next realm.
Yes, be more and start. If one's more shiny and spiritual, and it's usually the female, just generally because that with. That brings the other person up and they're interested and open to it at least and want to grow and change and progress and help people. And that's why there's twin flames in the first place. That's why we chose to come here and we keep choosing to come back. So it doesn't matter if you're not a twin flame. You can still have, beautiful relationships and you just have other work to do. Some people don't even need to be doing a specific job in this life. They just need to be, and their energy is just healing people as they walk up.
Exactly, many different,
That's all your role is. And so you can just cruise along and do whatever the heck you want because you're still helping. So
absolutely. Well, we are out of time, so we better. But now Vanessa was still. I mentioned Vanessa at the beginning, and it turned out she was still tuned in there. So what we might do, Vanessa, is pop a question in there, and Xzavia can come back around and just give you a little something there. Now, for those of you still watching, if you pop a heart into the comments now, if you want to share the live, that would absolutely also go in your favour for getting some more, a little bit of guidance from all of us. And if you do that, I will pick a couple of you for a numerology compatibility reading. And thank you for watching. Thank you so much for coming into this space. Xzavia and Daniel, will have you back.
Thank you
for having you back to talk about love. That was fun.
For me to be in your show.
Thank you. All right. Well, we better get out of here. So we will see all of you. Now we are on the Woo Show every Sunday night, 6 to 7 p.m. brought to you by our wellness community. So don't forget to come and join us as well if you're not already part of the community. And thank you to Spiritual Events Directory for having us in this space, and also our events partners. We've got Luann Marine, Goddess on Purpose, Hand Analyst. We've got Julie Lewin, Medical Intuitive. We've got Sondre Kalik, Feminine Power and Prosperity. All beautiful ladies that, really support our wellness community. So shout out to them. I'm just getting so good at this marketing stuff.
Beautiful.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.